Hello everyone, so I got a question about using expired medications from one of my clients, and I talked to my wife about it, and well, the jury is still out. There actually has been research about whether or not you can use expired medications. And in today's video, we'll just go over a little bit about those studies and what I think you should think about before you take those expired medications. Alright, so first off, there was a study that the military, they did because they were throwing away hundreds of millions of dollars worth of medications every year. I mean, they got VA, they got TRICARE, they got TRICARE for life, right? Lots of these medications were being wasted, and well, they figured we need to save some money. So let's cut it from the healthcare program. Let's see if that's viable. And what they found was, after testing more than 100 both prescription and over-the-counter medications, most of the medications had about 90% of their efficacy still after 15 years of proper storage. So proper storage, like in a dark and cool place. I'm pretty sure that's what it says here on one of these things. Yeah, store in a cool and dark place if you're storing it. So potentially the medication I just had in my hand could last 15 years because they said, well, tablets are probably one of the ones that will last the longest. Now, they also said this study, of course, is not for people who require medications that are very, very, very precise. So like thyroid medication or blood thinners, stuff like that you might need 100% of its efficacy all the time. Whereas painkillers like aspirin, Tylenol, ibuprofen, or some other medications that having 90% of their therapeutic dose still in there is enough even after 15 years. Now 15 years is a long time, so maybe 15 years is a bit of a stretch, but that's what their study had found. So I have here those three studies. Well, basically they're all the same study, which is based off of this in the National Library of Medicine, National Center for Biotechnology Information. I'll link it in the description below. But this pretty much tested about 100 drugs, both prescription and over the counter, and they were perfectly good to use even after 15 years. Now, it is, again, really, really boggled because parts of this study will tell you that, hey, don't use any of them that are expired. Just like the FDA says. This is the FDA's website, fda.gov, and they said don't be tempted to use expired medicines. They actually tell you how to throw these medicines away, right? Don't run the risk, they say. But studies, both from Harvard Health, from Harvard Medical School, cited this study here saying that, hey, maybe you can take it. Don't take medications that are that are really, really precise, like maybe psych medications, or again, blood thinners, things that regulate hormones. Maybe those things kind of keep the date of expiry in mind when you're taking them. But for other things, it may, again, and it says here right in this article, may be a ploy for drug manufacturers to keep you buying the newer one or buying the more current one, even if it's a medication that you've had or that has been on the market for decades. So, with a grain of salt, everything. Again, I am not a medical professional, a doctor, a pharmacist, any of those things. So, take a look at the research. If you agree with the research showing about the drug expiry debate, maybe you can make your medications last longer. Or maybe you know how to properly store your medications now away from the sun. Alright, I hope that helps. I'll see you folks in the next video where we discuss more about Medicare, retiring, investing. I'll see you there.